Well, hello, church family. I'm Pastor Wesley. It is December 25th. Merry Christmas. You've made it all the way to the end with our Advent studies. I hope they've been a blessing to you. Hope you've been able to follow along in your guide with your family, with some friends, and maybe done some fun activities along the way to make Advent and the anticipation of Christmas a little bit more fun and a little bit more meaningful too. In our reading today, one of the things that's mentioned is the man John the Baptist. In Matthew 11:11, Jesus says that no one who has ever been born of a woman is greater than John the Baptist. That is some high praise from the Son of God to say, hey, John the Baptist is the best who's ever been born. And yet, when the authorities, the teachers of the law, they go out, because John's out there baptizing people and preaching, they go out there and they ask, what are you doing and what are you up to? And his response is, I'm just a voice out here in the wilderness declaring the coming of the Lord. That's a big difference. Jesus says he's the greatest, and he says, I'm just a voice. In the prophecies, John is foretold many times, but even in those, he is always just called a messenger. So you got the person that Jesus said is the greatest person ever to live, and his only purpose in the world is to tell the story of Christ, to tell the story of Christmas. But if you think about it, honestly, if we're Christians, isn't that our purpose too? Isn't that why we're here? We have been given this gift of salvation. We have had the gift of Christ revealed to us. And now our purpose is to go and tell. The world has been plunged into darkness and people are living in sin on their way to destruction. But we have the message. And so we've got to remember that. There's so many things going on at Christmas that we can lose the fact that our purpose at Christmas is to tell others the good news of Jesus. I remember way back when my son was born, my daughter would have been about 3, and my son was crying all the time. It was right around Christmas time, and one of my big jobs was to get my daughter out of the house so that my wife could put my son to bed. And so one of the things that we loved to do is me and her would go get hot chocolate, and then we would drive around the neighborhood and look at Christmas lights. And there became this game that we would do where we would try to find the manger. Because out front you would always have Snoopy, and you'd have the Grinch, and you'd have Santa Claus. And I remember how excited my daughter would get when she would say, Daddy, I found Jesus. He's back behind all the stuff in the back. And sometimes it feels like Christmas can be that way. It's sometimes hard to find Jesus. There's so many other things that get in the way, flashing and distracting us. Can I encourage you today on this Christmas morning? I know you're going to have cookies and you're going to open presents and visit family, and that's awesome. I'm going to do the same thing. But can I encourage you to remember that our purpose is the same as John the Baptist? Go and tell somebody. Tell somebody the good news that you know, that Christ has come into the world, and with him he has brought salvation, he has brought peace, he has brought joy, he has brought hope. And that's why we celebrate. Merry Christmas, God bless, and have a happy New Year.